Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sanjeev Pisani presenting to you another episode of JIBS Infotainment. Today we will discuss about the framing effect. Imagine that you are dying of thirst and someone appears with a glass of water, mentioning one as half full and the other as half empty. Which one are you more like to choose? This process is known as the framing effect. It takes place when a person has to choose between two identical options, wherein one is presented in a positive language describing benefits and gain, while the other is presented in a negative connotation describing risk or loss. And we are cognitively biased and are more likely to choose the one that is framed positively. The salient features as well as the positive or negative connotations pertaining to the information is more likely than the actual information itself to determine the recipient's response. So, framing effects occur because our brain tends to opt for shortcuts and heuristics. These shortcuts tend to be helpful but can lead us to take bad decisions. For instance, you are concerned about your blood sugar level and you choose a chocolate that is 90% sugar free over one that is 10% sugar. Kind of framing examples which I can give it to you, like positive frame example can be, we both will gain benefits from this deal. For the same deal, negative frame would be, you will lose out if you don't avail the deal. Similarly, positive frame can be, we won more seats in the election than the last one. And negative frame would be, we just won one seat out of 327. A study was conducted to elicit attention employing a natural field experiment to analyze the framing effect. The participant comprised of experimental economists, a group which is resistant to the framing effect. The experiment was administered during a conference the participants had to attend. To ascertain if the participants' decision to pay for the conference was influenced by the framing of the payment information, they were divided into two treatment groups. The first group was presented the information regarding the difference between early and late payment fees in a positive frame as a discount. The second group was presented the same information in a negative frame as a late penalty. The results indicated that the junior experimental economists were influenced by the framing effect, while the more senior economists were not. Can advice help in overcoming the framing effect? There are another two experiments which were used to analyze the role of advice on decision making of an individual when different options were offered. Results from the experiments indicated that recommendations or endorsements from a credible source could dramatically reduce or even eliminate the framing effect. Framing tends to impact the decision making of children as they grow. For example, preschoolers' decision making depends on quantitative properties such as the probability of a certain result, whereas adolescents tend to choose riskier choices under both loss and gain framing situation. And the older adults are more susceptible to framing effects than others. Try to closely examine the information presented on advertisements and differentiate between the actual details from the alluring aesthetics employed to tempt customers. When presented with a fact, try to mentally rephrase it by producing the contrary connotation before making the decision. Research as much information as possible about each option from various sources, seeking both critical and friendly evaluation of each option. That's it for today. Keep liking and sharing our channel, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.